Just really looking for like a well lit up spot, man. God, so I can film this video. And my camera's freaking low battery, man. Like, I gotta do this quick. Is this good? Great. Welcome back to whatever the hell this is. Today I actually went skating with my dad, so that was pretty fun. Shout out Alan. I met a guy named Alan at the skate park. We went skating, like ice skating, by the way. Me and my dad don't rip ollies and shit, but that was such a bad joke. So we went skating, we went ice skating. I actually haven't been in like 5 years. My dad was like telling me to come along with him, so I figured screw it. It was just one of these things where I just kind of realized I don't spend enough time with my parents. I only realized this last night. Well, I've always felt like I've realized this, but there was this video that I saw actually last night, and it was of Jinxie. Jinxie's just like this famous streamer that I watch, and he's just like flooded my FYP of TikTok and Instagram over the last couple weeks. I've actually been off Instagram for a while now, for a week and a half now. So yeah, it's going great. But yeah, I remember Jinxie was just saying he got fan mail from this fan, and it said, "I still live with my mom." And he had read this shirt, and he was like, quote of the day. And he said something along the lines of how, you know, all these materialistic things are useless because they're not gonna last forever, but your friends and family, you know, like your time is limited with your friends and family. And he just was saying how you should spend as much time and make as much memories with them before their time is gone. And honestly, he said something along those lines. And honestly, it's great. I think that there's a lot of truth behind that. I definitely don't spend enough time with my parents, so yeah, I just figured, fuck it, I go skating with my dad. But shout out to Alan. Alan taught me at a hard stop, and I fell on my ass like 8 million times, but it's okay. We kind of learned it, and we gonna get it. I have like 80 million bruises all over my body, and my ass is still wet. I didn't even get to change. I dropped off my dad at home, and I had to spin it, man. I had to go do a couple of things, so I didn't have time to change. So yeah, my ass is wet. What I wanted to talk about in this video, tracking your progress. Huge. So I had recently rekindled with this friend. Rekindle, who the fuck says that? But I'd recently met up with this friend that I had a little bit of a falling out with, and it was pretty cool. We actually talked about a lot of things, and it was kind of like a thing where I don't want to get into too much detail, but I still have mad love for the guy. But kind of like one of those things where I kind of just didn't really expect. I didn't have any anger towards him. I just kind of took it as like a, you know, like a very smart friend of mine had told me that you know, not everyone was meant to be in your life forever. And, you know, these people might be people that you thought, you know, were like very important, or people that you genuinely loved, or people that you genuinely shared like a good laugh or a good time with, you know, made memories with. And, you know, even if it is someone of that sort, they might have had an expiry date in your life, you know, and that's just how it works. It's not just about thinking of it from like a mature standpoint, but it's also just knowing that like not everyone was meant to be in your life forever. And you know, that's one thing it was a hard pill for me to swallow, but yeah. Anyway, going back to what I was originally saying, so this friend, he actually hasn't seen me in like a couple months, and we actually haven't spoken in a couple months. So he was telling me that that I seem very different, and that I feel I look like I've changed right away. And to me, that was kind of weird, because I honestly just kind of thought of it as this thing where I don't think I've changed much. But then, you know, you sit back and you think about what he said, right? Focus. Don't lose focus. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So he had told me that, but for me, it didn't really seem like that. But, you know, you take some time to sit back and think about things, and I feel like I have changed, you know, in the last couple months, and I've actually changed quite a bit. And going back to the last video of what I was talking about, right, it all just comes down to me taking those little steps, and me taking those 1 to 2 goals a month, you know, 1 to 3, maybe a couple goals a week even, and just slowly progressing on those. And maybe that's why it seems so different. This unfocusing is gonna be the death of me, okay? It's gonna be the death of me. Can you focus, please? Yes. But long story short, it kind of just made me realize that you don't really know how much you're developing or how much you're progressing as a person when you don't track these things, right? And so it kind of made me realize that I need to be much more aware of how much I'm progressing, because then I'm not gonna know how much I've changed in a year. Or it's just better. I get a better idea of how much I changed in this year and how much I progressed, right? And I think that goes for everyone. I think everyone should track their progress, just in life. So one thing that taught me to be like this was that I actually track my progress in the gym. And it's crazy because I feel like working out has taught me so much, just from discipline to trying to better myself, caring about my health and all sorts of stuff. But one thing I feel like it's helped me with is, you know, I track my progress a lot in the gym. So, you know, why shouldn't I track my progress in real life? Because I'm progressing in real life also. You know, oh my God, I need to stop saying, you know. I am making very good progress. And honestly, I didn't think that until I really sat down and thought about it. Because, you know, maybe not day to day, maybe not week to week, maybe not even month to month, but in the last 6 months, I am a completely different person. And it just made me realize that, like, if you don't track your progress, you're never gonna know how much you developed in that last couple of months until you really sit back and take the time to think about it, like I did. And you know, I feel like that's so important because for all you know, you could have made the most progress in that year, yet you felt like you didn't move anywhere. And I feel like part of it is, you know, what's the word, man? Part of it is I feel like a big part of it is congratulating yourself for the little accomplishments that you make, even though, you know, you don't have to celebrate everything, but, you know, just these little accomplishments that you make after month, you know, just of you progressing. I feel like, yeah, you should definitely take the time to congratulate yourself and know that you're making progress and know that you're headed in the right direction. And yeah, I just feel like I haven't been doing that enough, and I feel like it's a good thing to talk about because I feel like not just me, a lot of people don't do that enough. A lot of people don't realize how much, you know, they change throughout the years and the months with these little changes and adjustments that they make to their life. But it's huge, man. It's huge. It's a big part of growth. And I feel like without tracking, you're not gonna know how much you grow. But yeah, I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. I actually have to go do a bunch of stuff. I actually just wanted to record this video really quick and just get it out because I had an idea. It was a lot brighter earlier, but man, you know, you don't always get to choose and pick and choose the best timing and the best lighting and the best whatever the fuck. But yeah, you know, if you guys enjoyed, I'm happy. Like always, see you guys again. Peace.